So we're going to use this story map. But we can also use this to think about the story that we already read and review the story. Okay, so everyone will get one. Did everyone say hi to Mommy?
Hi, Mommy.
Hello.
Okay, so first we're going to review Sundiata, but we want to be sure we understand all of the words. Some of these words you've probably seen before, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how about characters? What are characters? We'll raise your hands. Characters? A boy or a girl. Okay, so in any story, what are characters?
The main person.
Or any people, right? People in the story, can the characters be animals?
Yes.
Maybe if they're talking, I know you like to write stories about animals, right? So they can be animals if that is what is driving your story. So you're gonna have people in the story are characters. Setting.
Where does the story happen?
Okay, where does the story happen? And also, I'm not sure if we talked about this yet, but also when. So the place and the time where the story happened is the setting. If we have a problem, every story has some kind of problem and a solution. Sundiata has a problem and a solution. Do you remember what a problem is? What's a problem? Or an example of a problem. Kitty?
The second wife, the second wife, first wife.
Yes. Okay, so this is a big problem in the story, right? Okay, so this is the problem in this story. In general, any story has a problem, right? A problem is when something is wrong. Today, my bus didn't come to my house. If the bus doesn't come to your house, is this a problem? Yes. What's the solution? How can you fix this? If the bus doesn't come to your house?
Take a taxi.
Oh my gosh, take a taxi for 10 people, maybe. That's true. What else could you do? You?
With house parents.
House parents' car?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can go in the house parents' car. Tim can drive you, can't he?
Wait,
Tim can. I can't.
wait. Tim has a driver's license to take students?
Yes. Some teachers, some house parents have driver's license to take students.
Who are they?
I don't know, you have to ask them. Not everyone. I don't. Miss Hart doesn't. Miss Anna doesn't. Yeah, Miss Catherine, do you? You don't?
Hopefully soon.
Catherine does not yet. But Tim can, right? So Tim can take students.
And Miss B.
Miss B can take students? Okay. So a solution to this problem too, this morning I called the school and then they sent another bus. This is a solution.
Yeah.
Okay. So problems and solutions, which we've already talked about. And then the last part, you have to think what happened at the beginning of the story, what happened in the middle of the story, what happens at the end of the story. So maybe in the beginning of the story, what do? They tell something about the characters, right?
Yes.
In the middle of the story, what's the problem? At the end of the story, what is the solution? So what you're going to do, you're going to take Sundiata with a partner, 2 people together, 1 book, 2 maps. You're going to write for Sundiata, okay? But in Sundiata, there are many people, right?
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people. I only want you to write, because this is just review, maybe 3 characters, maybe 4 characters, maybe 5 if you want. Okay? So you don't need to write all the characters because there are so many.
Is it right about my story?
We're gonna write about your story after. First, we're just gonna do Sundiata.
Okay.
The setting, think about where the story takes place, right? And think about when. You might have to make some kind of guess. If they don't tell us it was 1992, right? There's no year. Just try to think, when does the story take place? Make a guess. Problem solution. And then for beginning, middle, and end, you don't have to write everything that happened. maybe write 3 things for beginning, 3 for middle, 3 for end. Okay?
Okay.
Good? Okay, so I already chose your partners. Susan and Woo Jin, you're gonna work together for this today. Michael and you, and Sharon and Kitty. So the first thing you're going to do, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Find the,
Oh, you can read up here. Think about,
I think about the story of Julia.
okay, so you're gonna think about it together with your partner. Number 2, Woo Jin, what are you gonna do?
Fill in this, so
Yeah, number 2, fill in.
share the story map with your partner.
Okay, so this is a story map, you're going to complete it with your partner. We know what all the words mean now. Number 3, Sharon.
Talk about this question with your partner.
Okay, so remember we talked about, last Thursday I believe, we talked about oral tradition and that people tell these stories, but the stories teach us something. We can learn something. Just think on your own, what do you think we can learn from Sundiata? What lesson can we learn? And then number 4, Kitty. Yes, raise your hand, let me know you're finished. Sound good? Yes? Okay, so please move together with your partners. I will give you a book.
May I?
You can each have a book. I'm gonna work with my and you kind of just circulate, keep an eye on these 2. Did you read the book? Do you want a copy of it? Did you want to see the book, Mommy?
Yes, please. Do you have your own copy?
No, I don't really need one. I'm good. Thanks. So we're going to take 10 minutes because it sounds like some of you already can remember some of the answers for the story map. So we're going to take about 10 minutes to do this. You guys can write the title here too for Sundiata. Be sure to write your name on the top of the paper. Who's the main character? Who's the most important person in this book? Sorry? Not the king. Well, he becomes a king by the end, but what is his name? In the beginning of the story, in the middle of the story? No. It's the name of the book. Yes. That's the main character. Mm-hmm. Really?
Because I fell down from when I was before I take a bus today,
Okay.
because I was on my way to there. So when I was walking, but I heard sound the bus was coming, and
So
the
you
bus
ran.
stopped. So I run, and this one is so slick.
That was slippery?
Oh yeah, it's slippery, so I fell down.
Oh no.
So I
Did you hit your head?
No, but I don't know. I know I didn't hit my head, but I think I hit around here. But why my head feels so weird?
No. Do you want to go to the nurse? Are
But
you okay?
so Kim saw I was fell down in that that road. So during breakfast, Tim says, please go to breakfast, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Because I just wanted to stay quiet because you are so kind.
Well, you can still go to the nurse. How does your neck feel? Is your neck okay?
I didn't, not that, but I think I fall around here, but mostly I think I bumped here.
So Wujin, how about right here? Does this hurt? On the other side, on this side?
No, but I still thinking that I think it's so big problem, so I always thinking for my hand, so it's disturbing doing like this kind of work.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Can I tell you what we're gonna do later? So that, okay, so we're going to do this now in class, but I think that you remember some of the story, because you already told me some of the answers. So I think it would be good for you to go to the nurse, okay? But then maybe you can finish this later, maybe tonight or today at extra help, okay? Because I think it's important for you to go to the nurse, okay? But maybe she'll just send you back, okay? But if she doesn't, take this with you. You're going to think about your own story, and you're going to come up with a new idea, and you're going to write what you want to write about, okay? So I'm gonna write you a note for the nurse. Setting is the place and the time. So where is this? Are they in the United States or China? Title is Sundiata. It's the name of the story. Wujin, why don't you get your stuff together just in case she wants you to stay there for a little bit?
Yeah. So should I bring this?
Yeah. I would bring your backpack.
Yeah, but should I bring this?
Yes.
But do you have a punch?
Do I have a punch? Yes.
Oh,
Here you go.
Not Cindy's, or yeah, Cindy's mom. The first name is this, yeah, Cindy's mom.
The place. So where? Yes.
Which one is it? Yeah.
Yes, where and the time. Both. There is no time, so you have to try to make a guess. Do you think this took place today? Or a long time ago? Or in the future? Okay, yeah, so write that a long time ago. Yes. And then the place, where are they? Yes.
If you don't remember the name, you can just write like there.
4 to 5, 1 to 6 during dinner.